Welcome, guys, to the Stormcast, the podcast where weather expert and enthusiasts alike come together and discuss the latest development in the world of meteorology. Each week we dive into topics such as severe weather climate changes and what impact weather can have on our daily lives. With mix of cutting-edge science and lively discussions, Stormcast is your go-to source for all of the weather. Join us as we explore the fascinating world of meteorology and decode the mysteries of the skies. Welcome, guys.
I like the old intro better.
Well, I don't remember the old intro.
The old intro is just us clapping and laughing and saying, "Oh, it was so
True.
bad." Ha ha ha.
True. But it's episode 99. We gotta be fresh, relevant before the big 100.
Very
And what
special
do you say about
episode,
that, Marta?
and a very special guest. Who do we have?
Marta. Who is this? Such a suspense. Can this person, Marta, speak to us? Marta, say something.
I don't think Marta is here. I'm here.
What the?
That was very confusing.
I have to say that was very confusing as well. I don't know what Olsen wants. He's just saying,
I have no idea.
Marta, speak. I know you're here.
Okay, so Marta is not here, but allow me to introduce myself. My name is Ragnar.
Ah.
Ah,
Is it Ragnar?
yes it is. It is
Famous Ragnar from episode 21.
21 was it?
And episode 2,
Episode
I
2.
have no
Breaking
idea.
Puppy Park Rules.
Yes.
I have no idea if it was episode 21. I just pulled that out of my ass.
I think I've been here for a
let's just
couple
say it's
episodes. My name is Ragnar, and I am going by the last name English now. I've decided to start using my wife's name, so I'm Ragnar English now.
Ragnar
And
English.
you live in England.
Yeah, and I live
What
in
next,
England.
Johnny?
That's
Big flex.
big
Ragnar
flex.
English England.
That's me. So and the listeners already know who you guys are.
Yeah, of course. Olsen and Diddi.
Timothy.
I haven't been listening for a while. I'm so sorry. I've been otherwise occupied. So
same here.
Before we begin, what's your favorite episode of the Stormcast?
Oh, Raggy.
well,
Hard-hitting question.
honestly, it is the one which I was in, number 2, which I was definitely in, because I just have such fond memories of being in that car, watching people in dog parks in wintertime, with Marta and sorry, what's your name, other host person with the glass? Olsen. Okay, yeah.
Olsen
yeah.
English.
Oh, don't be stealing my wife's name, you Olsen bastard. Yeah, that was definitely my favorite episodes, just because I was there. It has a really special place in my heart for that reason.
True.
It is one of the highest rated episodes that we have.
Wow, yeah, I'm not surprised.
Reading out the rules of Puppy Park rules.
Yeah, not surprised. I bring
Actually-
a certain je ne sais quoi to an episode that I'm going to start bringing right now. So,
Yeah.
Oh.
I actually think
tingles.
you were a guest in the Stormcast before I even joined as a host.
Yes.
wow, okay.
You were the precursor, and then you just left us.
Even though I was supposed to be in it as a host, I think Olsen and Marta just started it, and then they went and like, oh, we need some more people on the show.
You
As
need,
a storm.
We'll get
you
a
need to
guest
start
and
churning out content. You just need to start churning out content.
Exactly.
Yes.
Like,
Churning
the
is
content consuming does not wait for anyone.
Exactly.
And what's your name?
What's your name?
I already said I'm Ragnar English.
And I'm Olsen.
And I'm Diddi.
Who are you?
Oh, Diddi.
Pocahontas.
Yes.
Who are you?
Diddi. Oh, stop it.
you-
It's confusing.
No, you did introduce yourselves earlier when we came on this video chat, so I thought I'd ask. All right. Oh,
You're too proper. You're too proper. You know.
I know.
I'm just gonna say this: people that are coming to episode 99 of the Stormcast, of course they're gonna have listened to all the 98 previous podcasts. They know who we are.
I don't know.
They probably know you. They've probably rewatched episode 2 at least 5 times.
I'm mostly concerned for the huge amount of people who will be coming exclusively for episode 2 and the other one that I was in, and then this one.
Okay,
you will get such a deluge of people just coming to listen to me, and that's why you guys need to introduce yourselves. So we have...
Diddi.
Yes, Diddi. And we have a relationship, you and I.
We do. A close relationship.
A very long-standing close relationship. You are my brother.
Oh, and we are both Marta's brothers.
Oh.
Yes.
And Olsen, you could say he's a brother of ours.
Yes, absolutely.
In spirit. In spirit.
He is our brother. And best friend and a best friend of mine because, well, okay. You know my wife is my best friend. But you're my best friend.
Okay, yes.
You get disqualified from friendship once you get married to someone. So you are my best friend. Can I also just say, and this is something that listeners won't see ever because they can't see, and your setup is just delightful, Olsen. Absolutely delightful. You have a really cozy ASMR streamer in a cabin visual setup, which is not being currently offered to anyone, and I think you need to bring this to the masses.
No. It's gonna go on OnlyFans.
Oh. Sign me up.
Oh.
Alright, boys. Short.
OnlyFans.
Alright. Well, I was goodbye, but I was just gonna say short podcast, good podcast. Let's what are we talking about?
I'd like to talk about extreme personalities.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because, Ragnar, I think you are one of the most extreme person in a very unextreme way.
Yeah, I was just gonna say what constitutes extreme there, because I'm very not extreme by some measures.
Yeah, by some measures, you're very not extreme, but by others, well, when you do things, you either do it 0% or 120%.
Yeah. Well, ooh.
True.
I don't know if I agree with that, but I'm ready to hear your perception of me.
Oh.
But there, maybe not in everything, but in a lot of things, you really jump and dive into things, and you do things on an extreme scale.
Yes.
I think most notably diet.
Diet. Oh, are we going to talk about diet and exercise today? Because I love talking about nutrition. I love talking about nutrition, man. It is one of my favorite things.
Yeah.
I can't wait to eat the rest of my calories today. I'm so excited for the tub of skyr that's waiting for me on my kitchen counter right now, reaching room temperature because that is the optimal mouthfeel of skyr. Oof.
You know what? I kind of have to agree on that. But on that topic, skyr.
Yeah. Let me tell you.
Do you
milk?
also take milk or?
No. My current
a thin blend of skyr.
No. So I currently use a strawberry 0% fat skyr from the Danish company Arla. Yes, I know, traitor. That's a Danish brand, but they make a mean skyr. It's really good. Not a sponsor, but hey, I would love to just get a steady supply if Arla is listening. Give me that skyr sponsorship. I eat 2 tubs every day when I can, and I love it. I love it so much. Like a kilo of skid.
That's kind of extreme.
Yeah, I guess.
Every single day.
Yes, when I can. Like my ideal day includes 2 tubs of skid, like upwards of a kilo. Yes, please, gimme. It's so good. And actually, recently, this weekend, actually, I had the misfortune of trigger alert, nausea. I vomited some skid. I had some skid for breakfast, but I was feeling very unwell, and I vomited it shortly thereafter because I was so nauseous. And all I could think about while, the chunks of strawberries were like flowing out of me in a pink stream of whey protein or whatever it is, all I could think of was, God, this better not affect how I feel about skid. And eating skid, because I've literally got, let's see, I've literally got like 10 kilos of strawberry skid in my fridge right now, and I would hate to not be able to eat it because I recently vomited some. Come now, this was a legitimate fight of mine.
It's a common thing to happen when you eat too much of something and then you vomit and then just you can't eat it. You physically can't. Your body just
Let me tell you, Diddi. One time me and you, we were doing a big old walk with our family in this red, sandy area with like rocky, sandy, red area in Iceland. I have no idea where it was to this day. Ooh. But we walked and we were just kids, I guess around 10 years old or whatever. And then we had hot dogs at the end of that day and continued driving with our family. And we went through some bumpy roads and I got nauseous, vomited the hot dogs. I couldn't eat hot dogs for like years. And that's a huge shame because we're from Iceland and our national dish is hot dogs, basically.
Yeah, pretty much. You if there's a gathering outside and there's a grill somewhere, or there's just gathering of people, there's going to be hot dogs.
Yes.
Someone's bringing the sausages.
Somebody asked me a short while ago, and I live in England, and they asked me, what's the dish of Iceland? And I couldn't think. I couldn't think of one. I really couldn't think of one. I could only think of the novelty things like fermented shark, But I really need to find the Icelandic equivalent of chicken tikka masala or like fish and chips for the UK, like that kind of stuff. Like this is a dish of this country, the people's dish, and I couldn't think of it. I had to ask my wife. And she not being Icelandic, she being Australian, told me immediately, it's hot dogs. It's pulsur. And she, God damn it, she's right. Hot dogs are the dish of Iceland. And there's, I wasn't even mad about it. She was just, I was kind of mad that I didn't think of it. But God damn it, she's right.
It's definitely hot dogs. And also, like, the most famous restaurant in Iceland is a hot dog stand.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, absolutely. TripAdvisor. This is true. Big facts. Very true. Yeah. So back to nutrition. So how many calories have you guys eaten today?
I don't know.
Something?
You want to hear what I ate today?
Yeah, give us the rundown.
I had a late breakfast.
Ooh.
How late?
Late breakfast.
Ooh.
Give me the universal time. None of that nonsense time. Only universal time.
8:30.
UTC. Beautiful.
That doesn't matter. 8:30. You don't have to know. It does, like, that's, let's say I
don't
eat
tell
breakfast usually at 7.
Don't you dare utter.
Doesn't matter what
Don't you dare utter a non-UTC time at me, Diddi. You know better than that.
Which time, so 7 o'clock somewhere in the
7
world.
o'clock UTC. Okay, carry on.
Okay.
And now I had some things to do in the morning.
Yeah.
And no, I think it was actually think it was actually at 9 or something like that, where I ate breakfast.
Yeah.
It was quite
Crazy.
late. Quite late. Much later than usual.
9 UTC.
And I ate a piece of bread with butter, and I think it was pesto cheese, green pesto cheese from the Netherlands.
Oh.
Okay.
Imported to Sweden by a friend of mine that came visiting a while ago. And that was it for breakfast.
Tell me more. Was it delicious?
It was delicious.
Why did you eat it?
Why did I eat it? Because I love bread.
What goal were you advancing towards by eating this piece of bready, cheese, buttery?
So the goal, I wanted to eat the bread, which has a lot of fibers. Probably not a lot of fibers.
Yeah. So it was
I wanted to
dark
eat
bread.
the fat cheese because it was delicious.
Nice.
And I was hungry.
And you need butter, to marry them together.
Exactly. Butter is.
Whoa.
You know what?
Do you say butter? But was it margarine?
It was butter.
Oh.
Well, it was butter, but the butter here
good.
is the butter. It wasn't pure butter. It has some. I think it has some oil.
Me? Oh, that counts as a margarine.
No.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, anything bar pure butter, you just class it as margarine. Like a butter mix. No. You don't get to call that butter. Where do we draw the line? Is canola oil butter?
That was my breakfast, and then I had lunch at 12.
Wow.
And my lunch was in Swedish it's called whatevzs.
Quink and wait, let me guess. It's cheese sauce, but quink.
Yeah.
That's like the cheese sauce. That's the latter part of it. What was the first? Quink.
Yeah. Quink.
I'm gonna guess that's SKINK.
Try to say it in Icelandic.
Oh yeah, is it just ham? Like
yeah.
Yeah.
Quink.
Oh.
Quinka.
Ham and cheese sauce.
Oh, lovely.
It's
ham with cheese sauce.
It's a cheese sauce, or it's like a bechamel type sauce with some cheese and some pieces of ham, like some cubes.
Wait,
like
so
spreadable thing?
No. Like spam?
No. Oh.
Spam cubes or like proper?
Similar to spam, but it was I don't know what it's called in Swedish. It's called kastler. It's just a piece of meat. Oh, it's not.
Hold up. Hold the phone. So you're telling me?
I'm gonna show you guys.
What is happening in this episode?
The readers will find these images attached to the episode description, and as well as a photo of Olsen's beautiful arrangement of his camera. This is such a lovely scene. I adore you, Olsen, and your setup. I would like to chat with you more just because of how good looking you are.
You know what? I'm gonna share my screen so you can see this picture.
Okay.
This type of thing.
Here, the screen. I'm clicking.
It's like a smoked piece of
smoked ham.
Yeah, it's smoked ham.
Yeah.
This yes.
So it's not. Yes. It's not really super processed.
So like for the listener, this is a piece of meat, ham, mostly meat, wrapped in a netting, like a red string netting. Like really thin mesh, maybe centimeter wide, and it's like a roll. It's a cylinder of meat, mostly meat, and there's some delicious bits of fat in there as well. Lovely. So
it's salty and it's smoky and it's ready to eat when you buy it. So it's
Christmas ham basically.
Sexy.
Or that kind of. Anyway,
similar,
well. Diddi.
With-
So you're
and-
telling
and
me
you have
you
some
had...
pasta with it.
Oh, okay. So it's kind of like a
So it's like
pasta
a pasta
dish.
pasta dish with
Okay.
Cheese and ham.
meat and cheese sauce.
Okay. So
And
You
some,
had- you had one piece of toast at 9 a.m.
yes.
and then at lunch, like 12, that was the first thing that you ate, bar your piece of toast.
Yes.
And was that
Usually I
everything
don't-
you ate that day?
No. Usually I eat more, but because I ate breakfast so late,
Mm-hmm.
I
Boy math.
I didn't have time to eat more. After lunch, I ate some more bread because I was hungry for bread.
Mm-hmm.
And you know what I had for
Aren't we
dinner?
all?
You know what I had for dinner?
Tell me.
Also said bread. And you know what? You're completely correct.
More
We
bread.
had some bread with some of that. We had some leftover ham from when we did the skink and ost sauce, which we had cut into thin slices, put it on the bread with some onion and some cheese, and threw it in the oven. We had some oven toast. I don't know what it's called,
Mm-hmm.
and it was delicious. So I've had bread, and bread. No,
That's
not bread, pasta. Bread and bread.
That's bloody beautiful, mate.
It's an unusual day, but it was a good day.
Mm-hmm.
Also, this is not your everyday.
No.
Oh,
Oh,
it's
okay.
not bread every day.
So,
Usually bread, and then I have yogurt, and then I have lunch of some sort, and then I have and then I have some knäckebröd,
oh yes,
some
Swedish knäckebröd.
Swedish knäckebröd.
With what? What on
Uh,
top? Tell me more.
Yes, tell
I fucking love knäckebröd with marmalade and cheese.
Bleh.
Like,
Yeah.
I will die for some of that.
Okay.
Depends on the
Okay.
day. Sometimes it's butter and ham. Sometimes it's butter and cheese. Sometimes it's butter and some marmalade or some jam or some other thing. Yeah, and then we usually have dinner at like 6 something, homemade. Sometimes not.
Okay.
That's
about it.
So, Olsen, rate
Oh.
did this meal. Or, no, rate his food for the day, today, and the routine-ish stuff that he just described. Rate it out of a 10.
From what? From what? Out of 10. It is because I know one thing. They like to cook meals like in the evenings and make a lot of it in batches so they can eat it later.
Oh,
Yes.
is that so?
So I'll give it.
Okay.
Know that. So I'll give it 7.5.
Very average 7.
Justify the 7.5 now. Why did you subtract 2.5? How could he have gotten a 10?
Because this day was ruined by only bread.
Well, okay, yeah, fair enough. Like
I'd
the
like to
macros
say-
are way
I'd
up.
I'd like to say that it was 3 different types of bread. Does that help?
Okay. Oh, okay. 8. Was it whole grain? Was it white bread? Was any of it white bread?
Yes.
7.5 again.
Okay, and now, Olsen, you give us your
No.
food today. Tell us now,
Detailed
quick,
Okay.
description of the food.
detailed, concise.
Okay, so I wake up at 6:45.
Yep.
UTS? Greenwich Mean Time?
Oh, UTS.
UTC?
Yeah.
Iceland is UTC.
UTC. Oh, thank God. Whew.
I
was
just
getting
doxed
nervous
you,
there.
Iceland.
And oh no, oh, you're freaking out. Okay. And then I ponder in bed for life, and then I get up, and at 7:45 I have myself some. I'm starting to eat breakfast now. I used to did not. I just started when I arrived back from Asia. I don't know why.
Wait,
So I
do you
start
wake
with
up and stay in bed for an
6:45.
hour?
No.
Pondering
I
life.
stay in bed for 30 minutes for pondering, and then I get up and I'm just like doing nothing.
I love because we're
not
only
used to phone.
asking you about your food. So I love that the implication is that this half an hour time in bed somehow sustains you. Like you're like one of those solar people who just like pretend to bask in the sun to like gain energy. You're just gaining energy in bed.
Okay, for me, eating breakfast is not a thing I don't need. I don't need to eat until I feel the yearning to eat a little bit, maybe around 10:30, but I'm forcing myself to eat breakfast.
Okay.
Because I wake up not hungry. I go to sleep full.
Oh yeah, that's fine. You don't.
Some people don't need to eat breakfast.
Yeah, some people just aren't hungry at the start of the day, and that's fine.
Yeah, I'm surprisingly, but I'm forcing myself now to eat Cheerios with some whole skimmed lactose-free milk. Pouring the milk first in the bowl and then the cherries on top because I want them crispy.
Wait.
That's not a psychotic thing to do.
Cheerios.
No, I like my Cheerios soggy.
No.
Yeah, agreed.
They have to be crispy.
No, they have to be soggy.
You know what?
Crispy.
You know what? I agree.
No.
You know how I eat cornflakes?
Tell me more.
I pour the cornflakes in the bowl, pour the milk on top.
No.
And then I crush the.
Yes, I do this too.
No.
I crush them all, and then I eat them.
What's wrong with you?
What's
wrong with you?
I will contend that you picked this up for me, Diddi.
Probably. You know what? Probably.
Because you know how I cottoned onto this?
Nasty.
I just fucking love the bits at the end of the bag. Like pour out the last bit of the cereal bag, and there's all this like broken down stuff, and I thought like shit. Well, I could just break down some more. Just crunch that cornflakes. Actually, like I'm not a big cornflakes guy. My favorite cereal is Kellogg's.
Honey Nut.
No. Oh God, I haven't had Honey
Kellogg's
Nut.
Special K.
Special K. I
Olsen.
love
I remember
Special
now.
K. It's
Special
so
K is
good. Oh my God, Special K.
Just
It's
plain
so.
Special K though.
Yeah, plain Special K. None of that nonsense. It's just plain Special K. So good.
Don't add red berries or anything like that. I don't
Crunch-
like that. I just want
crunch
plain
that shit up.
Special K.
Add milk. Let it soak it up until like you don't need it to be like
no.
super sloppy, but it needs to be
No.
like ultra crunch because.
Crunchy.
Once it like
has to
gains
be
that little bit of
crunchy.
sponginess and you still get that texture, it's the ultimate mouthfeel. It is the ultimate way to enjoy milk. So next time you're at the shop, you buy Special K, no nonsense, straight Special K, pour it in a bowl, crunch that shit, crunch it down, add more Special K, crunch it down, maybe top it with a little bit of uncrunched Special K, you know. Ooh. Yeah, you know, have a few. Like, I mean, you don't need to crunch it to bits. It's just like it's nice to have like a bit of variance. And then you pour that milk on, let it sit. I don't know for 10 minutes. I don't remember what the time is anymore. But you know, you just
10
like
minutes is a bit long.
yeah, maybe 10 minutes is a bit long. Try five, and see how you feel about it. Maybe you want it less, more. Try it out. It's the ultimate way to enjoy milk. Get the good milk. Get the like full. No, get the not even full cream. Get the stuff. Not whole milk. Get full cream milk. That's the one. The like before they. No, not semi-skimmed. Like before they pasteurize it, so you get like chunks of cream in there and whatnot. Oh, mwah, mwah.
So you don't want. I'm thinking you don't want homogenization. It's not really pasteurization. It's the homogenization.
Yes,
that what
you're
it's
right.
called in English?
Well, yeah,
Because
homogenization.
that's breaking down the fats into into like
What's the
equally
pasteurizing?
sized-
What's the pasteurizing?
I think it's like heat. Is it heat pasteurized where you you kill the bacteria or something like that?
Get it straight from the cow, like onto your. Just
You know what?
grab that teat and just straight into the bowl. Anyway, like this is wildly off topic. Sorry about the clap, folks. But yeah, that's my favorite. Why were we? Yes, you're eating cereal and you are.
I want the crispy.
You want it crispy. Now, why are you forcing yourself to eat breakfast? Like you said this started after your trip, but now you're forcing yourself to do it.
It was like I came back. I was like, oh hey, it's new me.
You also
I started with
breakfast.
Yeah, I started with muesli and some.
You know what? I love
lactose-free yogurt.
I love muesli, but only granola, straight granola, no bullshit. No, none of those nuts and like
no nuts.
Raisins.
Agreed. No raisins. Agreed.
Oh, they're so good.
No raisins. Agreed. I will tell you.
Dried fruit as well, like.
Wait. Have you tried all dried fruit?
Granola.
Have you tried all dried fruit? No, you have not. Let me tell you. I mean, like you could ask the same of me. Like, no, I haven't tried everything in Special K, but we specifically there are variations of Special K out there available, and we have tried them, and they're no good, unless there are some that we're unaware of. But granola, yes, raisins are fucking garbage. But there is an I think it's called the Hberg granola in Iceland. It has just normal granola. It's really delicious, but it has cranberries in it. Dried cranberries.
Cranberries are good.
And they just really, really work. I honestly, like, I talk about this with my wife regularly. You know, we about how we miss that granola, and having, you know, that granola with the tangy Icelandic surmjölk, the yogurt, or abjamjölk actually. So like, honestly, I remember one time in Reykjavik when I was staying with my auntie, I went to the mall and I just got a big bag of, like, a kilo bag of this granola, and I got two 1 liter cartons of this tangy surmjölk yogurt, and I came home, I sat down, and I finished 1 carton of surmjölk with that granola. I had so much granola. I could just really shove that down. It's really, really delicious. I can't recommend it enough. But so Olsen, why are you forcing yourself? Why you?
I have no. I just wanted to try out muesli for some. You. I know why. Now I remember why. Because on my flight back, I had some luggage and I bought like a saga class ticket, and we had muesli and some yogurt and stuff, and it was so delicious, and I was like, this is something I have to just force myself to eat for breakfast.
Oh, it's so delicious that I have to fit more meals into the day to be able to have this more often. Okay, that's a good reason.
Yeah, it makes sense.
But the con was
makes sense, especially
yogurt
when
is
all of
expensive.
your other meals are like filled up. You've pre-allocated food into the other meals.
Well,
so you can't fit it in there, so you have to add another meal instead.
Well, I have another like trigger warning for nausea, because I had another run-in with nausea because, speaking of fitting more food into the day, I had a big day of eating. I went to my local cafe and had a full English breakfast, and I thought, oh, geez, I'll just get the, you know, big special, and you know what? I like halloumi, so I'll add the halloumi. You know, it's a bit expensive. It's £3, but I really like a bit of halloumi. And I got this plate.
Yep.
It was the most massive plate of food I've ever been served in my entire life. This would have been enough to feed like 3 people. And the amount of halloumi I got, it must have been like 300 grams of halloumi on my plate. Like big, sloppy, and also crispy, like in mix of halloumi.
Yeah.
We went to the shop afterwards. We looked at the packets of halloumi they were selling there for like £3 each, and they contained less halloumi than we got on our plate. We got like 1.5 times that amount on our plates for £3, and I ate all of the halloumi. I ate all of the big sausages on my plate. I skipped the mushrooms and the baked beans because they're garbage.
What?
Yeah,
mushrooms are amazing.
Yeah, but like, do you want diced button mushrooms boiled?
Yeah.
On your plate? Like, nah, thanks. Like, I love mushrooms like in a certain context, but that's just too much. And canned baked beans are no good.
I'm gonna agree that the button mushrooms that you get in the regular like full English breakfast, they're not the best.
I would
They're
like
not. They're not
they can
prepared
be
in a
prepared.
great way.
Yeah, I could have them in a nicely prepared way, but not this time. So I ate as much of that as I could. I just stopped at the baked beans and the mushrooms because I couldn't possibly. And then also my wife baked me marriage bliss, hjónabandsæla, the Icelandic rhubarb crumble from the rhubarb jam I made myself from the rhubarb in my garden. It's a very special cake to us, and she made some that day. And you know, you can't make rhubarb jam and expect me not to eat a bunch. I remember like sitting there right before bed, just having a bite and just, oh god, like I wasn't gonna eat this much today. And I went to bed so full, having topped off with some rhubarb crumble before bed. And I woke up in the middle of the night. I sat up at my bed. I was so full I couldn't sleep. And I had to make I had to make the conscious decision to not go and vomit. I had to just, I sat there at the side of my bed, face in my hands, thinking like, oh god, I could vomit right now, but I don't want to. I'll be disrespectful to the marriage bliss cake, and this amazing halloumi meal. I know I'd feel a lot better, but I'm just gonna sit here with it for a little while. I think I fell asleep sitting there with my head in my hands. It was, I would not like to feel that ever again. I don't think I've ever eaten so much. It was awful.
Really?
And I know that, and I know that it sounds like, Ragnar English has an eating disorder from like what I've been talking about now, like vomiting, scared and vomiting, like, but it was just such a surprising amount of food, and then it was my favorite cake that I almost never get, and I love it, and I was just like, oh man, this can't go wrong, I'm just gonna eat much of my favorite cake. Turns out that it could go wrong, and I was just way too full from the earlier that day, and I just shouldn't have eaten that much that day. Lesson learned, never gonna do that again.
Would you ever eat a full English breakfast for breakfast?
Oh yeah, that was for breakfast.
Oh, that was for breakfast. Okay, yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
So I feel like a full English breakfast is a bit too much for a breakfast.
Okay. So, caveat. This was the night after a big night out, going to a gig, and it was more like lunchtime.
Okay. Yeah,
so.
Yeah.
Yeah, I wouldn't. I mean, I'm not like a manual laborer. I wouldn't go out and labor in like hard manual work. So I don't really need a full English breakfast to like take me through the day with all its. Yeah, exactly. And honestly, like, how could you? I mean, not this. Like, you need a smaller full English than what I ate if you want to do anything that day. Because I just struggled to walk home. It was crazy, and I honestly, like, I don't think I've ever got. I'll say it again. I've never received such a big meal. It was such, like, you know, because usually I'm just like, I'm a big man. I could eat everything that they put in front of me. Give me that plate. Like, but I paid like, you know, £13 for this thing, and it was just, it was so huge. I suggested some days later to my wife, like, I suggested a few days later with my wife, let's go there again, and let's order the same thing that I ordered, but let's not eat all of it, and let's share the plate with the two of us, and we should be okay. Like, that was so much food. Sorry, you go.
I'm just gonna say, if you wanna eat big meals, go to Vietnam. That was. It's always like 7-course meals or something like that, and it's just they bring you the next thing and the next thing, and I went on a food tour in Ho Chi Minh City, and it was so much food, and they started us up at like a bar where it's like the food tour was like a Vespa tour, so they started us up at a bar, and I was like, okay, well, we'll take some. There's just some like snacks you can take here. You can have some nachos and stuff like that, and whatever. And I'm like, okay, yeah, sure, we'll take a bit. Then went to the first place. It's like so much food, like enough food for like well, a lot of people, and we ate it all. And okay, on to the next stuff, and you go on the Vespa, and then you drive. And it's like another restaurant with just a whole bunch of food, and there was like a huge pancake, like the size of me, almost. Like, oh yeah, just take that, and
take that.
Just,
Put it on your plate.
Yeah, and then it's just like, okay, we'll go to the next part. And it's just like, okay, here you can have some ice cream, and then next part, and here you can have this, and it's just too much.
Oh my god! Were you not told
I
to
don't know
pace
how
yourself?
they expected us to. I don't know how they expected us to eat all that.
Oh my.
How did you do? Did you wake up in the middle of the night, deciding whether or not to vomit?
No, I think we, like, cause also, you're at the first place, and you've eaten like more than half of the things there, and you're like, like this is just the first place. Maybe we should pace ourselves a bit. So we're like, okay, we won't eat that. We won't eat all of that, and we'll just we'll take on the next restaurant, and then you get the big piece of, I don't know, it's omelette or something, like it's Vietnam pancake kind of thing.
Oh yes, say it.
And it's just it's really good. And usually wrap it with some rice paper and have some like fillings, some herbs and stuff. Maybe
Lovely.
some.
Did you enjoy it?
Some other stuff. Yeah, I did. And we also had like a whole bunch of seafood at the second restaurant, and it was just like frog legs.
That's not seafood, surely.
Well, no, but some clams and some other stuff, and it was so much.
And so
much.
good.
So good as well.
Yeah, I went to a restaurant recently where they have this thing called a rodizio. I don't remember over in what country this is, but you basically they give you this knife with a stand on it that has the logo on the bottom bit. So if you like take the knife off of the stand, turn the logo upside down, up, so the servers can see it. People just walk past with like skewers of meat, and they cut off meat for you, like nice like beef fillet or something, or there was a whole range of meats, and they would just carve it for you on the table, and then they'd go back and they'd like grill it some more, and they'd be walking about, and just you'd take it off with these little tongs and put it on your plate, and then you'd be like, yes, thank you. Then you flip your like thing around again to signal, no, I don't want more meat for now. And at the very end, the server came to us and asked, well, are we full? Rather than like, did we enjoy our meal or something? Don't want to presume that we're done eating, and also presuming that we would only stop eating once we are full. And you just could be there for 3 hours and eat for whatever you wanted. Ah, God, I also made myself sick that day. I don't sound like I do have a good relationship with my food now that I start talking about it, but I swear I do. I also love eating a lot of food once in a while. It's a vice that I let myself indulge in once in a while.
Yeah.
So what do you eat after breakfast, Olsen?
Wait, before we get to that.
Yes.
I'm gonna bring another story from Vietnam. I was in a boat trip.
Some more Nam stories.
And we spent the night on the boat. And for breakfast, we got a menu. It was like, it's like a Vietnamese breakfast, and I don't know what it's called, international continental breakfast, which is like, I don't know, not Vietnamese breakfast. It's more cold stuff.
A croissant and an egg.
Like well, Vietnam is very French, so a croissant would still be quite Vietnamese. But we were like, okay, so we choose which one we get. No, you get both.
Lucky.
Nice.
And like each one is more than enough to fill you up. Okay, so now you can go.
Yeah.
And that's what's for our episode today. No. We have a sequel. What did Olsen eat next? No, we can continue a little bit more.
Be quick. I won't last much longer. I have so many things to say still.
At 10 UTC,
Yes.
I had a light meal made out of Sigdal knekkebrød.
Knekkebrød making another appearance, but Norwegian this time.
Norwegian knekkebrød is much better. It has spelt, sunflower seeds, and so many other like seeds and little like sea salts in that. It's so crispy. It's just made out of seeds. It's just a platter of seeds.
Very, very thin as well. Or
yeah, it's like this. Yeah,
quite
but
thin,
it won't break because it's so sturdy. It's amazing. And then I
pretty
take a little spreadable. Today it depends on my mood. Sometimes it's just like the classic smørvi, or I take like the spreadable butters, like with the cheese with like mushrooms, or bacon or something. And today I think I picked randomly cream cheese with bacon. So I spread it on the bottom. Took some turkey slices, put it on. And then some red onion chopped finely on top of that. Some bell pepper put on there. And then a little, and a half a slice of cheese on top. And then delicious. And a cup of coffee, of course. Because I'm a coffee queen.
Gotta get your drugs.
Yes. Oh, I also start the morning with coffee as well.
Of course. Gotta start them with the morning drugs as well.
If you're drinking coffee, you have to start the morning with coffee because that's what coffee does to you.
Well, technically, I don't start drinking my first cup of coffee until I leave my house at 8, like 10 minutes before 8. Then I make my coffee and I take it out, and then my first sip is outside the house. I cannot make a relation that my house is coffee drinking. It has to be outside the house.
Okay, fair. Interesting. I've been really surprised by the amount of caffeine that people have, especially since I've started dabbling in supplementing with caffeine because of fitness, you know. Exercising. And I was listening to someone saying like, oh yeah, you know, if you wanna, like, you might wanna up your caffeine intake for various reasons. So say you're only doing 400 milligrams a day, maybe go upwards of maybe 700 at the most. That is so much caffeine. That is so much caffeine.
So I can drink that every day.
That is 2 liters of Monster energy drink worth of caffeine.
Yeah, but Monster Energy is so unhealthy.
Why?
I mean, why? There's zero sugar versions of it. Not a sponsor.
Oh.
There's a whole bunch of caffeine in it.
All the E thingies in it. Like, you know it's true.
Don't have to be bad.
No, E thingies. They will kill. Okay, so well, we have your lunch and we have your caffeine. We have your drugs.
No, it was not lunch. It was 10 UTC.
Light meal thing, brunch.
Yes.
Sorry. Lovely.
12:30 UTC.
Yes.
12:30 UTC. I had cod and rice with some honey mustard sauce, I guess, with it.
Honey mustard sauce?
I don't know. It was like something. I felt like it was some mustardy tasting of the sauce, but I don't know. I just ate what was available.
I have a hard time picturing that or imagining that with
It's like
cod.
it was some yellow sauce, maybe curry sauce. It could be curry.
Curry sauce. I can
yeah, it's probably curry because it was rice. It makes sense. Curry sauce. And 3 glasses of water there because I love me some. Oh, I also drink a lot of water during the day, of course. Like, I'm
cheers.
not crazy.
Water.
Especially if you're drinking coffee. Coffee dehydrates you. So you have to drink more water.
Yeah. And then Raki knows what I had for dinner.
A lasagna is what it looked like when you sent me that image.
Yes.
Baby. So you had nothing between lunch and dinner?
That's
no,
a long
because
time.
It wasn't time then. Usually, okay, before I started eating in the morning, I didn't eat until at lunch. And then just dinner. Maybe I snacked on something if someone invited me for coffee. Maybe I had like a little biscuit.
Lunch, dinner, and a bit of snack.
Special.
Okay. So, to conclude, for breakfast, you had, coffee.
Cheerios.
And Cheerios. Crispy Cheerios, that is. Yeah. And for your brunch, you had a bit of Norwegian knekkebrød with various things on top, like bell peppers and onions and cheese. Very interesting. and for lunch you had this. I'm sorry, was it fish? You said fish
Cod.
with
Cod
with honey sauce, or
rice,
curry or rice or something.
and curry sauce, probably curry makes
Yum, yum,
more
yum.
sense.
And then for dinner you had a lasagna.
Last time, but
So-
I ate lasagna at 6 o'clock. So
Ah, beautiful. Okay, so
UTC.
with that in mind,
Rated.
Diddi, rate him out of a 10.
Oof.
What do you want to see today? What do you want to see? Do you want me to go down?
Because we
Go
have the crispy Cheerios, which is like
Yeah,
should have been a bit more soggy.
No,
Deductions
Half
right
a
there.
point at least.
Yeah.
No. One thing, I finish my milk. I always
Oh
eat
yeah, me too.
enough cereals to finish the milk. I don't drink.
You
the
don't
milk. I
get
will die.
bonus points for finishing your milk.
No, that's you get minus points if you don't.
No.
I don't want to see half like spoonful or like half full bowl of milk left. That's terrible.
Mhm.
You pour yourself
So-
an adequate amount of milk for
Exactly.
your cereal.
So
Waste not,
half a
want
point
not.
deducted for the
Damn it.
for the crispy Cheerios.
Understand.
The thing in between was pretty good. Pretty good.
Half a point deducted
Uh,
for being Norwegian.
No.
Yeah.
I take no sides in the Norway-Sweden disputes.
Speaking of disputes of countries, I would like to say that I'm not aware whether me saying Nam stories earlier was insensitive due to some war things and whatnot. But if it was, sorry, I'm always learning. Please carry on with the podcast.
Raki got cancelled.
Hashtag cancelled. Not the
Yeah,
first
sorry.
person to be cancelled on our podcast.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's what happens. Tell me.
Go on, Diddi. Break it down.
Then like lunch, perfect. Like you could have had some more greens there. Could have had some more greens.
Yeah, it wasn't available. I just ate what was available.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to deduct.
I should have
half a point
demanded. I
there.
should have been like, why don't you give me greens?
Then you have nothing in between lunch and dinner, which I'm gonna
I'm just
I'm gonna
working.
deduct 1.5 points. Even though you're working, you should have time to grab something.
No.
Wow.
Yes.
Takes time.
And then lasagna. Did you have anything with the lasagna?
Bell pepper. I had
Bell
one that was
okay,
going
yeah.
bad, so I cut it down into pieces. It was like.
So in
Crispy
total,
crunch.
7.5 out of 10.
Wow. Equal.
Yeah,
That's
we know what we were going to give you, Raki.
you've already. Wow, that is a prejudice because you have prejudged me. But would you like to hear mine?
Definition of prejudice.
Yeah, today I'm actually eating a bit more. I'm having a bit more than 1,800 calories today. A little bit extra, yum yum yum. So for
You're
breakfast, I like to hydrate and have a bit of protein for my breakfast. So I have my protein shake first thing. I had a.
What time? We need to know what time.
I got up for my protein shake. I actually slept in because I've been sleeping poorly of late. So 6:30, maybe going on 7 was when I had my breakfast. Of a.
This is not late. What's wrong with you?
What's the
What's early?
what's the purpose of the protein drink so early in the morning?
It is 1 to hydrate me and 2 to give me some protein because I don't like being without protein for too long. Because
He's
I'm
addicted
told.
to protein.
Yeah, I love me some. No, I mean, like I also just it seems like a really nice part of the day to get the protein shake in because it's so much hydration as
Yeah.
well, and it's
It
like
also means
half
you
a
can,
liter of liquid.
You can kind of do it on the go as well, or eat it.
Yeah,
on
well,
Well, because it
Well-
was so late, 7 in the morning.
in-
Well, I don't
at
know.
work. at work or something
well,
like that.
yeah, I don't like. We'll talk about that once. I don't like
Yeah.
on the go. God, I have so many wisdoms to share with you, youngins, about eating. Anyway, so I have that because I don't like to starve my body of protein for too long.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, all of my meals are protein based. Let's be real; they're all protein based because I have too little fiber at the moment because I struggle to cut down on. And you can subtract points for me, but I'm in a calorie deficit at the moment, and I struggle to get get fiber into my diet while on a calorie deficit when I'm and I'm in fact having way too much protein today. I'm in a bit of a flux at the moment because I'm adjusting my meals coming into winter time. I'm going away from my summer meals and into my winter meals, so a little bit all over the place. So I have this protein shake, 75 grams of my favorite protein, which is PhD Diet Whey. So delicious. It is seriously delicious. And I had some mix of flavors, chocolate with a hint of vanilla, because I have a little bit left of the vanilla and I want to finish it, but I don't want to have just vanilla because it's not as good as the chocolate. And I shook that up and I sat down with my dog and drank it on the couch and just had a cozy morning time drinking my shake. It's one of my I love those shakes. They're so good. Not a sponsor, but send me some protein, please. Then I decided to have a glass of kefir, like cultured milk. For brunch, if you will, because I recently had a guest over that swore by kefir, and I just wanted to try it a little bit. You know, have a bit of kefir. Don't know if it's doing me any good. I just wanted to try some. You know, not necessarily for its benefits, just tasty yogurty drink. So I had that for my brunch, if you want to call it brunch.
Is it a similar culture to skyr? No, to skyr.
No,
or is it...
no. Skyr Skyr is not cultured, I think. It is similar to abjamjólk or súrmjólk in flavor. It feels like, but I don't know. I honestly don't know. But it's cultured milk product. It's pretty thin as far as yogurty things go, and it was really nice. It's tangy and flavorful and nice. And at some point, just throughout the day, I had a couple of corn crisps, like biscuits, just made out of corn. Kind of like those popcorners chips, which I fucking love. The kettle corn popcorners. Yep. They're called Popworks here in England. But they're so delicious, and they're kind of like that. And there was some lying around because we bought a packet recently to try it out, and I just had some, and it was delicious. And then for lunch, I had my 450 gram tub of a strawberry skyr from Marta. Delicious, which of course I had. Yes, which of course had been sitting on the counter since breakfast because I like it room temperature because the mouthfeel is superior, and you need to stir it as well. It was delicious, I would like to report. And then I went for a walk, and I was thinking, gosh, I'm a bit hungry. So I grabbed a bit of my protein flapjack. I grabbed a protein flapjack. And because I recently bought some protein flapjacks on a sale. I quite liked them. So I decided to buy a bunch because they were on a sale. And this is maybe that thing that I do where I, either go 100% or not. Because because I
10,000 crates.
Yeah, I bought a lot of crates. I spent about £350 on flapjacks.
Yeah.
Oh my god, you are a Costco boy. You are a Costco boy, bulk buyer.
He is
Costco boy.
Definitely a bulk buyer. That's the extreme part I was talking about. That's the extreme.
Yeah,
in the most unextreme way.
I love bulk buying. It like I like eating the same thing every day. It saves me money. It means that my favorite food is always around. So I bought £350 worth of not pounds as in kilos weight. Of course, British pounds sterling. I'm extreme, but not that extreme. And then for dinner, I made frozen. I cooked up some fish from frozen fish.
No. With what?
Yes, with mixed vegetables, which I boiled and had
that's
some
new.
fibers.
had some tartare sauce with it. Yep, had some tartare sauce with it. It was delicious. It was really nice. And that's
Not
part
a
of
big fan
the
of
thing.
tartare sauce.
Oh, shut your mouth! What the heck? Tartare sauce is the best. I
I
mean,
think it's.
yeah, it's the best.
Eh.
I think it's.
Ah.
Isn't tartare sauce a bit lemony as well?
It's a bit
citrusy.
tangy. Bit
Yeah,
tangy. Not
that's
very
the part I don't
citrusy.
like. No, it's probably
man,
the tang.
it's
Because I
not.
I have a big disdain for lemons, which has been
Ay.
that disdain has actually been like diminishing over the years. But at a time, I couldn't be near lemons.
Well,
my
you need
mouth
to-
would just seize up.
Near lemons.
Well, well, we just had a near lemon experience here. I almost seized up. Is that brought on by something?
No, I don't know. No.
What happened?
No,
Childhood
it's just
trauma.
no,
with
no,
lemons.
no. It's just my I don't know. My tongue just it's not a reaction. It's more the tang. You know, when you get on the sides of your tongue, you get like a very tangy. Yeah, that can happen, or at least could happen to me just from like being near lemons. Just getting whiffed of lemon and just inside my mouth, and I'm like,
I couldn't go without lemon juice or lime juice. I constantly have it, I have it all the time. It's so necessary to have a bit of acid with your food. It brightens your food up so much. So I had this tartare sauce. Tartare sauce is the best.
I like a lot of other like slightly tangy stuff and like fermented and pickled stuff. I don't mind that.
Just not as acidic, I guess.
Yeah, I think. Yeah, I don't know what it is, and like, yeah. Well, it's just I think it's just the lemon, and it's just the tang, the bitterness or something like that. I don't know what it is. It's something about.
Well, which one is it? The bitter or the acidity? Which one is it?
Unacceptable.
But man, that's a shame, because like what will you have with fish and chips? What will you have with fish and chips?
Nothing.
I'm sorry, what? Well, you're gonna have to
You
have
know what?
French spice.
You know what? For a time, or the thing with fish and chips as well, you often have like a lemon slice or something, or a wedge.
Yeah, I don't like. That's like.
And it's
I squeeze that over my fish before I have the tartar sauce as well.
No.
You just need it to offset all of that saltiness and fat.
But you know what? For a time, I couldn't even eat the part that the lemon was sitting on, because it was just ruined for me. It was ruined.
Wow.
I relate to this with cucumbers. I hate it when it's on food.
I'm proper shocked. You need help. You need help, boy. But that's all my food for today, and then I'm gonna have the other tub of skid when I conclude this. So let's wrap this up. I need my skid. But okay.
Rate him.
Wait. Just gotta refresh your memory. I had protein shake for breakfast. I snacked on some I had like a bunch of kefir and snacked on some
more protein.
corn thins. Well, kefir is not very protein heavy, and neither is corn thins, like corn crisps. And then I had a lunch of skyr, more protein, with a bit of carbs for the strawberries. And then I had a protein flapjack, which, mind you, is very fiber heavy. I got a bunch of fiber in there.
That's good.
But I am low on fiber overall. But there is a significant amount of protein in there as well. And then for dinner, fish and vegetables with tartare sauce. Bit of fiber in there as well, and
fiber and protein.
And then I'm gonna be having some skyr, some more protein. Woo!
10 out of 10. That's
10 out of 10. Thank you. Yes.
No.
I mean, I'll accept subtractions for not getting enough fiber in.
He accepts it.
Yeah, let's see how
but
much.
he will be angry if it.
I got 23 grams of fiber in, according to this, which is must be decent.
A lot of people can't eat the same thing many days in a row.
I would say most people, kind of.
Most
I'm
people.
not going to say most people. I'm not going to say most people.
I
can eat the same
venture
thing.
most people I know.
I can eat the same thing day in, day out.
Yes. Yes. This is a superpower.
It's just the family.
And you
it's
know
your
what?
family thing.
Things like plain things for me. Not that it's like low or like the taste is like it's not, it doesn't taste a lot, it's not that, but like plain tastes. Like ice cream, you know what my favorite kind of ice cream is? Vanilla.
Oh, it's
the best. I agree.
Well, I love vanilla, but
just plain vanilla.
But it's also really fucked that vanilla, like this incredibly expensive flavoring,
delicious flavor,
it is like considered the basic. Vanilla. So it's delicious. It's a flavor in itself. You know, you could have plain ice cream with nothing, and it would be so much. It would be so inferior. Like honestly, vanilla is just so good. Is why it's the default. That's why it's the default. Give me that vanilla ice cream.
But you know, also there are some ice creams with some more premium vanilla, and I don't like those. I don't like those.
Oh, okay.
I just like the basic bitch vanilla ice cream.
I think you can have some very nice. I think you might. I think there's like this middle ground where there's like, oh, this is good vanilla, but it's actually pretty terrible.
Yeah.
Rate my date, by the way, Olsen.
Okay, Olsen, do it.
Okay, I have to also take a part in this, the relatability factor of your meals. That also deducts some points. I'm sorry, Raki.
Yeah.
I cannot live your food lifestyle. I've tried this thing you made me try it once, this way and stuff. Well,
unrelatable.
Unrelatable. Like more fun. Bring some life in it. You're just like
more fun.
Diddi has some fun food to eat. Yes. 6.
6. Okay. Well, shit.
No. 7.
But no. Oh my goodness. The red onion cottage cheese tuna. Oh my god. That tuna salad recipe. Like that. It's a tuna salad recipe I have, which is just incredible. I can't, like, I swear by it. I used to have it every day, like, so much of it.
You ate it for 4 years when I lived with you. Every day.
No. You're thinking of a different thing, because I only started this in England. The one with the tuna. The tuna salad one. But cottage cheese, I like all the time. Anyway, I love cottage cheese. Everyone should be eating more cottage cheese. It's delicious.
Yep. Yeah, that's true.
True. Big and true. So, what am I going to tell you about? Also, I object because I enjoy my meals thoroughly. Skyr, the strawberry skyr, it's honestly some of my favorite stuff in like food to eat. I feel so blessed.
7.5. You can't get higher. You can't get higher than 7.5.
I'm not going for a score. I'm just petitioning for like how amazing my food is. I love
justice for Raki.
I love my strawberry skyr. I feel so blessed eating it every day. I feel like I'm eating a dessert for like lunch and like as a snack. It's so good and it's healthy for me. I love it.
Skyr is...
It's so heavy. Skyr is so heavy.
Skyr is amazing.
0% fat skyr? No, it's just delicious and like it's so good.
It feels so heavy. Skyr is one of the things that makes me want to puke every time I eat it.
Well, you should be waiting until it's room temperature, and then the that's the key, man.
You know what? I should really go. I should really be looking for some more skyr in my life because I recently tried some what's it called, kvari, KV.
Yes, kvarg. Yes,
kvarg. I don't know how to say it.
Oh, it's decent. It's a decent protein replacement for skyr. Like I'll eat it.
Very similar to skyr.
But it's inferior. No, it's good. No, no, no. It's good. It's a good source of protein, and it can be made to taste good.
Yeah, I thoroughly enjoyed that. So I'm like, oh, maybe I should be on the lookout for some more skyr.
Yeah,
one of the things I eat a lot of when I go to Iceland. Like, oh, we have to have some skyr.
Yeah, last time I went to Iceland, I just kept buying my favorite skyr flavor there and just having it with like straight cream. Oof, that was good stuff. Oof. Straight cream.
With some cream, that is.
I'll have to do that once when I visit next, but like it's so dangerous.
It is a slippery slope because you just want more.
And also, I love fish. I love fish with a bit of like salt. Just plain fish with a bit of salt. Yum yum yum.
Yum yum yum.
And also the flapjacks, they are also delicious. I wouldn't have bought like 350 pounds worth of it if it wasn't delicious. And my protein shake, oh my god, it's so good. I mix it with water, and it's honestly just like the best. It feels like I'm just going to like the ice cream shop and having a shake. It is so delicious. I can't even fathom. It's so good. Like, it's crazy because I've had so many different protein shakes through my life, and they're usually garbage, especially if they're mixed with water instead of milk. But this one is just so amazing. I could have it twice a day, every day, and I wouldn't get sick of it just because it's so good. And I feel this way about basically everything I eat. It may be simple, like some days I just have fish with peas and nothing. Like, I usually don't have tartar sauce, just fish and boiled peas.
Yeah.
And with a pinch of salt.
Boiled cod is delicious.
I can't deal with cod because it's so easy to overcook it.
Okay, boiled haddock.
Okay, yeah. Whatever. Like boiled or like just let's just say perfectly cooked fish. Whatever. Yeah. Like, it doesn't need to be anything, but like I just steer away from haddock because I really struggle to cook it exactly right.
Yeah.
But I have my plain fish with a side of peas, bit of salt on top, and enjoy that on its own. And you know what I do? With a fish, with a protein shake, with a skyr, I sit down and I am fully present for the meal. I'm fully present for the eating experience. I do not want anyone to speak to me or to speak to anyone when I'm enjoying a meal. Ever. I've gotten to the point now where my wife knows not to speak to me while I'm eating because she's getting in the way of me being present for and enjoying my meal.
This is something that disappears when you have kids.
Oh yes, thank you.
You can't enjoy meals, or at least not in the same way.
Yeah, I mean, to be fair, child ruining my meal. This is why I'm child free, Diddi. It's because I want to enjoy my meal.
Understand.
No way. Get up. Yeah. So honestly, try it. Try it if you ever got the time in your life. Sit down and just be present with your food and just experience your food. Simple things. I fucking love plain gruel. Have you ever enjoyed plain gruel? Just a bit of oats and water, chuck it in the microwave for a bit. It's all soupy and it's just basically an oat soup, bit of salt in there. Fucking delicious. You like it just get that gruel into your mouth and enjoy it. It's salty and nice. Oh yeah, I mean it's just thinner porridge.
Thinner porridge.
It's just porridge. I just like my porridge a bit thinner, like. But you can go for. It's so good, and you don't need to put milk in it. You just water and oats and a bit of salt. It's delicious. Salt is the best spice. Salt is the best spice.
But I still like the added thing with milk. It's just such a good blend. Just adding milk on top and eating it with the milk. I don't know. It is super delicious.
I mean, yeah, absolutely. Like, you can have a bit of milk.
But you need you need the salt. You need the salt for it to be good.
I mean, yes, I think a lot of people. a lot of people are unaware. It depends on the country, of course, but a lot of people are unaware of savory porridge. They only have sweet,
Yes.
porridge with Nutella in it and coconut flakes and cinnamon or whatever.
Yeah, honey or
Yes.
some other stuff like nuts and syrup and or whatever it's called. Yeah.
Yeah.
But the the savory porridge, I don't know. When I moved to Sweden, and I feel like here they don't really use the savory porridge. They don't have the same culture as in Iceland with the savory porridge. It's a lot more. It's a lot more the kind of adding the. It's called äppelmos, apple.
Apple, yeah, applesauce. Applesauce is called in English.
Yeah, applesauce with the porridge and stuff like
Nah.
that. It's just like it's okay.
It's
not eat it every day.
Yeah, I do know of some delicious things that are similar, like barley and oat, kind of like bircher muesli kind of stuff as well. Like an apple like sauce and whatnot. It can be delicious, but honestly, please, both of you, do me a favor. Every listener, go get some oats and get them real wet. Get them like more wet than you think you need.
Yep.
Microwave them for 2 minutes. Like I'm talking like 30 grams of oats, and then cover them up with like twice the amount of like presumably liquid on top. Microwave for a couple of minutes or whatever.
3 times.
Oh yeah, just like make it real soupy, whatever. Like, and then microwave it for a while, and stir it up. Wait a little. Don't rush in. It's hot. Let it settle. Let its starches come out. Salt it, and enjoy it when it's reached a comfortable temperature. It is. Just sit down and enjoy your food. Be present with your food. It's so good. You need to do this. You need to do this once in a while. Be present with the experience of eating food.
Okay, I think it's time to wrap it up. One last question.
My skid is room temperature, so yeah, we need to wrap this up.
One last question. I think you kind of answered this previously. Favorite type of cake?
Oh, man. I love my rhubarb crumble, Hyona Bansaila.
Yes.
But favorite type of cake? I always say carrot cake. I love me some carrot cake. No raisins, no pineapple, no thank you. But carrot cake with some amazing cream cheese stuff on top. I wouldn't mind some walnuts either sprinkled on top, but like a liberal amount of cream cheese frosting, please and thank you. That's my jam.
I'd skip the walnuts. But
I love the walnut crunch a little bit. I find it very fitting. Not every nut work, but because the walnut is so fitting. Soft and
yes. The one
like
thing
almond peanuts would not work.
Is that the texture difference is too big? It's too hard. But the walnuts they're very soft and they kind of fit. But I would still skip them. Also, favorite type of cake?
Don't know. I don't have any favorite type of cake.
Oh, no. Carrot cake all the way.
Oh no.
The Stormcast endorses carrot cakes with or without walnuts. Your choice.
But a liberal amount of frosting. Liberal frosting.
Liberal.
Oh, I'm so looking forward to many more episodes of doling out my wisdom to your listeners. This is the perfect venue for talking about all of the amazing things I can give people in their lives. So thank you for this opportunity.
What are you going to tease the listeners? Tease the listeners for next time?
I could talk about fitness a little bit. I could talk about enjoying anything in general. I could enjoy music. I could talk about. I could talk about what about music to enjoy. Because most people enjoy music wrong. They're just enjoying music wrong, which is crazy. Yourselves included, myself included sometimes. And it makes for a really bad discourse on music in general. It just would be a lot healthier.
Let's save that for the next episode. We'll save that for
for another episode. But it's
Yes.
just a huge privilege to be here. I love you both, and thank you for having me.
That was very sweet. Thank you. And
Thank you
Olsen,
for you to come.
could you give us an outro?
Also, wait a minute. I take
Wow.
exception to this intro earlier. But I'll talk about it in another episode.
I think we'll just wrap it up like this. So goodbye, guys.
Goodbye.
Thank you for being you, and we talk to you later. Sweet
Goodbye,
dreams,
my
baby
lovelies.
bell. Oh.